Hi, my name is John Olsheimer, and I am a credit expert who contributes to creditcardinsider.com. If you have any questions for us, then please submit them in the comments section below, and we'll get to them as quickly as we can. Today's question is this: do credit card issuers adjust their risk like a zero-sum game? Now, it's kind of a complicated question, so let me give you an analogy that hopefully will make it a little bit easier for you to understand what is meant by the term zero-sum game as it relates to credit cards. Let's say that you are driving to a building and the building has a parking lot, and the parking lot will hold 100 cars. If the parking lot is full, then you cannot get into the parking lot no matter how much you're willing to pay for a space. A car has to leave the parking lot, therefore opening up a space for you to be able to get into the parking lot. And so the parking attendant is essentially adjusting the flow of cars based on the flow of cars going out. That's what's meant by a zero-sum game. So in other words, as one goes out, one goes in, and we always leave it at the same number of cars in the parking lot. So for credit card issuers, a zero-sum game would suggest that the credit card issuers adjust the amount of credit they have extended to their entire customer base accordingly based on the amount of credit that you actually have on your card. So for example, if you have a $10,000 limit on your credit card, if the credit card issuer lowers your $10,000 limit to $5,000, does that now free up $5,000 for them to give to another consumer or to another credit card customer? And the answer to the question is close, but not really. And when I say close but not really, it's not as finite or granular as every single time they close someone's card, they go out and automatically give that credit limit to someone else, or every single time they open a new card, they take away the credit limit belonging to an existing customer. That type of ebb and flow does not occur. However, it is true that credit card issuers are all essentially self-policing themselves based on a targeted number of not only credit cards outstanding by different type, because most credit card issuers are large enough so they're issuing, rewards cards, travel cards, non-rewards cards, cards with fees, cards without fees, subprime credit cards for people who have great credit. So they're essentially adjusting the volume of cards that they will allow essentially to be opened under all their different product lines. But they are also paying close attention to what's referred to as the exposure. In other words, the amount of credit outstanding, not in the form of a balance, but the potential amount of credit outstanding in the form of credit limits. So if you have a credit card that has a $20,000 credit limit that you don't use, the credit card issuer recognizes that they've got this extension of credit sitting out there, and they are exposed to the tune of $20,000 to someone who's not using it. That puts them below the $0 line on the revenue curve because there's risk associated with that money. It's not money that they're lending to someone else that's actually using it and generating revenue. You're not using the card, so you're not generating any sort of swipe fee income. So you actually cost them money every single month. Because of that, it's very likely that they will eventually either close your account or they will lower your credit limit accordingly so that they can feel more comfortable with the extension or the exposure. Now, whether they take that closure of your account or the reduction in the credit line and go somewhere else and increase someone else's credit limit remains to be seen. It does happen on some occasions. Many of you have probably gotten emails from your credit card issuer, phone calls from your credit card issuer, or even in the mail when they renew your card every few years. They may proactively come to you and say, hey, look, we've increased your credit limit by $2,000, by $4,000, by $7,000, whatever. And they're doing that for a couple of reasons. A, because somebody else somewhere else has, in fact, given back essentially an amount similar to that. Or they feel comfortable with your usage patterns and the revenue that you're generating to be able to offer you a larger line of credit. So zero-sum game, not exactly, but still pretty close. If you have any other questions pertaining to credit or other financial topics, then please submit them to creditcardinsider.com or in the comments section below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.